I'm recording this about 4 in the morning for someone who is essentially, as I feel, been stalking me for far too long at this point. And this also doubles down as something for other people as well. For anyone that has similar opinions to what this person has been pushing on me lately, that I'm just sick of. So first off, you keep out of context quoting me over an interview I did 2 years ago about lewd outfits in streamer lobbies. I personally believe in the concept of a time and a place, that there are platforms with different rules that we should never cross in hopes of never waking the sleeping bear. If you've ever been through an adpocalypse on YouTube, you 100% know what I'm talking about, because I remember the first one and that was never fun at all. There are certain platforms that will permit a lot of stuff, and then there are other platforms that permit far less. And as far as I see it, it is ideal to know when and where to post your content. So just because I don't approve of certain outfits that are too lewd on stream or on YouTube, that's not because I'm against them. That's because I don't want to risk either a ban for myself or for the rest of us on a said platform to be punished. Especially that at the end of the answer to my question, I brought up the Twitch guidelines that had recently been updated. Now, of course, the answer I gave was not the best in the world because it was my first time ever doing an interview. I wouldn't know how to properly answer the questions to get my point across. Hell, even probably today, if I ever look back on this video, I wouldn't know if I was actually getting my point across or not, because I'm a human being. I make mistakes, I screw up a lot, and I always try my best to recognize when I do screw ups, which I have done recently. And again, I try to do my best to make the amends that I can to that problem that I had caused. But from the way I see it, you are being unreasonably unfair to me because you want me to go back to being someone who was essentially a recluse and a shell of a former person. I came to VRChat as a mute. I was miserable. I longed for the day that I would never wake up. That's how miserable I was back then. And it seems that all that you want from me, apparently, you want me to go back to being someone who wished they weren't alive, compared to how I am today, where I'm happy and I'm full of confidence that I want to post more bolder things on platforms that allow you to post bolder things, because I want to continue to improve my self-image. I want to feel comfortable with my own existence, because for a lot of people that probably still don't know this, I am trans. So everything I do is for my own personal benefit. The Patreon only happened because people had been continuously asking me for a way to support me outside of Twitch, and I am unbelievably grateful for that. But at the end of the day, everything I do is for myself, especially the recent videos that I've been putting out onto the channel, because I'm learning Premiere Pro. I want to do longer videos, and I'm serious about that. I have been showing off some of the Smash or Pass stuff on my Twitter. I've been showing that off, but that takes time because I want to be careful. I want to make sure that I produce the best possible video that I could at the time for you lot. I want you to be able to enjoy what I put out, and I want to sit there with you and watch you enjoy my content. And unfortunately, the only reliable way to do it is to use the YouTube Studio Analytics to basically monitor how well the video performed. And the recent stats of the clips that I've edited have been amazing. I used to struggle to keep retention. Anything beyond 10 seconds would just flatline. The latest clip I put out, which was 29 seconds, I got about 27 seconds average watch time. And for me, that's insane. For a lot of other people, that's probably a baffling thing to them. But for me, whenever I put out a 30-second clip, the average watch time would be something like 15 seconds. So to get almost 100% on a single clip means to me that I'm heading in the right direction with my new editing approach, to make longer videos as more entertaining as possible for people to watch. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to entertain people, but I want to do it right. And I know that comes off as me being possibly egotistical or whatever, or a liar, whatever you think. But I'm serious. I want to do long stuff again, but it's hard because YouTube is not an easy platform. Being an entertainer on the internet is not easy because no one has the perfect answers. It is a constant learning process, and I want to figure this out, but it always requires me to experiment first to know if I'm heading in the right direction. I'm not a hateful person. Hate is a strong emotion and a complete waste of energy. I'm not calling you out by name, I'm just addressing you directly. I don't hold any grudges against anyone, even with people that I've previously had scraps with, because it's not worth me hating people for actions that could easily have been my own mistakes. I will never know. And as I said, I'm a person who makes mistakes. I'm not a perfect person, but there are some cases where I feel that this is being unreasonable when people have told me to be yourself and then I start to be myself. That's apparently a problem. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it if you've gotten this far, and hopefully this puts it to rest, or who knows, maybe I'll see you again in a week's time. Goodbye.